Welcome back to the Bowski Bros, everybody. We're going to break down week 2 where the poor NFC North, everybody just laid a giant goose egg. Let's get into it. All right, Timmy, we're back here. Another episode of the Bowski Bros, breaking down week 2 of the NFL season where I don't really know. Packers lost, but hey, everybody else lost. So I guess we got that going for us.
All that for nothing. A bunch of L's.
Just a bunch of L's.
Should have just picked the NFC North in my shit draft.
Yeah, no kidding.
Shit.
Gosh, it would have been really nice if the Packers, you would have gone, you would have been 2 games up on both the Bears and the Lions. I mean, Bears and the Vikings, and 1 up on the Lions with Jordan Love. God, that would have been just sweet.
Yeah, we certainly did the Vikings a little favor, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the Lions did too, but yeah, man. I mean, the next couple games are going to be super important. You know, more NFC games, division game. I mean, week 4, baby. That's going to be, even if we, whatever happens this weekend, the following weekend is going to be big.
Yeah.
Right. So, I think we could lose this week, and whoever wins the following week is still in first. That's how that would shake out.
Technically. Well, yeah, because that would be the second divisional game for us. And only the first for the Lions. So
regardless
if
of
we
what,
both came out of that 500, we'd be on top.
Right. I mean, obviously you want to be, 3-1 through 4.
Yeah.
But yeah, those Vikings, man. I mean, I guess you want to just talk about slow starts now. I mean,
yeah. Is it panic mode for the 0-2 team? I mean, you got a list of 0-2 teams in front of you. The Vikings being one of them. The Bears also so 50% of our division is defeated.
That's true.
But there's a number of other teams.
Yeah, so here's just a list. Patriots, Bengals, Steelers, Texans, Broncos, Chargers, Vikings, Bears, Panthers, Cardinals. So what's that? 10 teams. And the Steelers lost tonight. No, the Steelers won. Sorry, the Steelers did win tonight over the Browns. And the Panthers lost to the Saints. But yeah, those 0-2 teams, historically, they say 11.3% of teams or something like that, closer to 10%.
Yeah.
That start 0-2, that's the piece of the pie. That's how many teams go to the playoffs that start 0-2, just 10%. And so, winning that first game or winning one of your first 2 games.
So one of those teams.
Basically, yeah.
Statistically is going to make the playoffs.
If you put it in that perspective, yeah, I mean, who, just on this list, it's like, all right, we knew there's going to be teams going into this year that were just probably going to be 0-2 and, probably have a poor record. And that's probably, the Cardinals and maybe the Panthers just because, the uncertainty with the rookie quarterback and everything going there. I mean, I think I said in the beginning, like, the Bears are going to fucking suck this year. I thought they were going to be just horrible. But the rest of these teams, I guess the Texans are shit, but Patriots, Bengals, Broncos, Chargers, Vikings. I mean, if you're if you're a fan of one of those teams right now, it's kind of like, where do we go now? You look at the Patriots, and they still have, I mean, Miami's they're 2-0. So it's like, well, there's 2 games you got to make up. I don't think, the Bills are going to be all that irrelevant coming down the stretch, but that's going to be tough for them. And same with the Bengals, right? I mean, that division is
that's
tough, right? With, you got the Steelers and then the Ravens.
Yep.
Already. I mean, they're pulling ahead. So, I mean, I guess of those top teams who are kind of like, oh shit, we didn't think we'd find ourselves 0-2, who do you think has the best chance to be that 1 out of 10 team and make the playoffs?
Well, Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Right? I don't but it's hard because there's a whole number of them where I don't know that you can necessarily play who's the better quarterback game because Kirk Cousins has been lighting it up as well over the first 2 weeks. That's really tough. I mean, there's the sure ones that aren't going to make it, like you said. Cardinals aren't going anywhere. You know, you said Texans are 0-2.
Texans are 0-2.
Yeah,
I mean, they're not going anywhere.
they're not going anywhere.
Right. So, like, the Broncos, do they emerge from their division? I mean, that's, it's a tough division, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just, in my eyes, it's like, the Bengals, dude, like, what the fuck? Like, I hope they turn on. You'd think they would. They just invest all this money, right? And it's like, I saw a funny picture. It was like Joe Burrow before he signed his extension. And it was just a picture of Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
And then Joe Burrow after he signed his extension. And it was a picture of Andy Dalton. In his Bengals uniform. I was like, yeah, that's kind of what
yeah.
What, hasn't thrown for over 50 yards or some shit like that. Like, they're nothing.
Yeah, you would think unless there's a drastic change, right? If you look at the 0-2 teams, how have they played? Well, let's look into our division. And the Vikings are 0-2 because of turnovers. In my mind, there's no other reason other than the fact that they've turned the ball over 7 times in 2 games. So it's kind of like I said after week 1, if you can clean up that mess, you're going to be just fine. So if you look at it from 30,000 feet, right, if the Vikings can stop turning the ball over, they're that 10% that makes the playoffs in my mind.
Yeah. I mean, can't argue with that. I mean,
look at their 2 games already. Is they could very well be 2-0 if it wasn't for turnovers and some just crazy ass turnovers in the Eagles game too. You know,
yeah. Take away those, and they're no different than the Packers and Lions in one, right? I mean, it's gonna be a fun division to watch. That's for sure.
But I would say they're probably that 10% where they all stand right now.
Yeah, I can agree with you there. Yeah,
right. Because what's harder to overcome? The Bengals offense not playing well at all, or not turning the ball over in an offense that's already playing well with the Vikings.
Yeah. I mean, I'd rather have what the offense of the Vikings is churning out.
Yeah,
for sure. Something. I mean, the turnovers are still huge, but
I'm kind of writing off all of those other teams because the Chargers defense looks terrible. Right? I don't think that's an offensive problem for them. And I don't know. I guess I'm just closer to the NFC North, so I follow the stats more. But outside of turnovers, they don't look bad.
Yeah, I mean, here's primetime Kirk Cousins the other night against Philly? They play Philly?
Yeah.
Only 28 team rushing yards.
Oy.
Allowed 260 rushing yards. Made his team fumble 4 times. This is all Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
He injured his entire offensive line. He only had 364 yards passing. He only had 4 passing touchdowns. And he only had a passer rating of 125.6.
You like that? What a bum.
It's like lights too bright for Kirk Cousins. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, Kirk Cousins is not the problem. Okay? The problem is you turn the ball over 7 fucking times in 2 games. That right there's the problem. Stop turning the ball over and you win.
That's literally it. That's the secret.
If you want to narrow it down, right? I'm sure you could cherry pick a ton of different issues with any team that's losing games, but the Vikings, it's pretty clear cut that you have a quarterback who's putting up insane stats right now and somehow still gets blamed for being the problem. Kirk Cousins is not the problem.
Someone tried to blame him for the Justin Jefferson fumble.
How?
They're like, well, if you would have made a better pass, then Jefferson wouldn't have been in that, position or whatever.
I think it was Kirk who actually tried to blame himself.
He did.
Yeah.
There was a great clip of the whole Justin Fields, just poor performance, whatever, after the game. And like, Justin, what do you think of this play and the play call? And he's just like, yeah, man, it's whatever the coaches want to call. And that was kind of it. And they showed Kirk Cousins and he was like, yeah, I mean, if I threw it a little bit better, it would have been good. Yep. The ball's here instead of here. And it's like, yeah, fucking That's a leader. That's a quarterback, you know?
Yep.
Fucking Justin Fields. That's another one is, so here are the passer ratings for NFC North quarterbacks through 2 weeks.
Oh, hell yeah.
So Jordan Love is at 118.8. Kirk Cousins is 114.2. So kind of, neck and neck. Jared Goff's right at 109. And Justin Fields is at 70.7. So it's like,
he's not it.
Let's stop this discussion, please.
Yep.
Throw in whoever the fuck their backup is. I don't know, that's probably too much, but it's like, let him do what he wants to do. Let him cook. You know what I mean? It's like, just let him loose then. Like, if you're going to try to force him to be this pocket guy, like, it's just not going to fucking happen. Like, do what you do well, right? We talked about it last week. Like, these quarterbacks come out and they can run and they try to kind of change him into a different style of quarterback. It's like, no, dude, get your fucking talent now. Like, you know what you get when they do this thing. Like, don't try to make them do that thing. It's not that fucking hard.
The Bears should be a running first football team.
They should take a page out of the Falcons playbook. That's all they fucking did was run over us. And it worked. And like, Arthur Smith is like, this is what we are, right? We have Tyler Algier and Bijan Robinson, who's a fucking animal after actually kind of watching him play, right? Like, he looked like a man out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Against this Packers defense. And it's like, they own it. Fucking own it, you know? And I don't know, maybe they have a shitty offensive line too, but goddamn, Chicago, you're 0-2. You're not going to be any better this year. Shut the fuck up, you Chicago fans. I'm so sick of it. God.
Shit. It's true, though. Like I said last week and the week before that, and probably 100 times over the summer, is Justin Fields is the most overhyped player coming into this season. And hello, it's not working. It hasn't worked. It's not going to work. Like, just continue to be insane if you want. Just do the same shit. Expect something different. It's not going to happen.
No.
Get him out. Get him out of there.
Get the fuck out of here. So I just thought of this, but if you mixed Justin Fields and Patrick Mahomes and you had Mahomes' voice and Justin Fields' face, he would look more like the frog that he sounds like than Mahomes does. Doesn't Justin Fields look like a little frog?
He does.
Like,
shit.
Just imagine Mahomes' voice and Justin Fields' face.
Yeah. I'm here.
He'd look like it. They'd be like, fuck, where's Miss Piggy?
Shit, dude. Okay, yeah, Bears 0-2. They're going to be the worst team in the league again. They're going to be right there with the Texans and the Cardinals, all fighting for the number 1 overall pick again.
Rebuilding since 1986.
Oh, fuck the Bears.
All right, well, let's keep talking about our Packers a little bit, right? I don't know. I just think if you look back on the game, we lose week 2. We're on the road in Atlanta, turf field. Talk about that in a little bit. You're down a few guys, probably 4 of your better players, right?
Yeah.
Three of your better players at least. And you played great for 2 3/4 of a quarter.
Yeah.
I mean, they came out of the second half and they cooked a little bit, right? They got Jaden Reed involved. He got a touchdown. Dontavian Wicks got a touchdown. And I was like, dude, fuck, we got a 12-point lead going in the fourth quarter. Let's go. And then, we gave up that 3rd and 15. And I know the Packers, we had the ball on offense late in the fourth quarter. We didn't do much with it, but it's like, dude, the fucking defense. Joe Barry promised a different defense, and we saw it against Chicago. I know we talked about how much Chicago sucks, but what the fuck? Like, just missing so many tackles and just getting pushed around. And I don't know. What are your thoughts on the game?
The Packers should have won that game 100%. And like I told you, if you look at the Packers coming into this season, the question mark surrounding them was the offense. You have, outside of the offensive line, you essentially have a brand new offense with Jordan Love and all of these young receivers, right? So the question mark was looming large over the offense. The one sure thing the Packers were supposed to have coming into the season was our defense, right? You got questions on offense, defense has to pick up the slack. We've seen nothing but good things, right? They've had their shortcomings. Right? Nobody's perfect. No team is perfect. Our offense, we've seen nothing but good things from them throughout 2 weeks, and this game was 100% on the Packers defense.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%. You can say all day long how Jordan Love didn't look good in the fourth quarter. He didn't look good in the final drives. Jordan Love fucking tore it up the rest of the game. Jordan Love was not the problem in this Packers loss. It was 100% the defense. You cannot, when you have all those question marks surrounding your offense, you cannot, as a defense, allow yourselves to lose the game. And that's what they did.
Yeah, I mean, the majority of the fault or the blame, pointed the defense. But, I mean, A.J. Dillon, where are we at with him right now?
I knew that.
It's like you had a great 2021. Last year kind of went downhill a little bit. Jones had a good year, but, like, what are you doing out there? I mean, just tripping over his own feet and not, he had one play that I can remember where he brought the truck at one of I think it was a linebacker. And it was like, fucking A, dude, like, just do that shit all the time. Like, it's like he's just not breaking that first tackle. And, I mean, it's very, very clear when Aaron Jones is not on the field, opposing defenses know if it's A.J. Dillon, he's just going to run the ball.
Yeah.
And nothing else. So they just stack the line, and he was hit in the backfield like week one over and over. Like, that's his first contact was like 2 yards deep.
What is up with him not finding his footing? Why the fuck are we tripping without contact as professional football players?
Like, he got lucky on that call that they reviewed.
Yeah.
Right? That, like, he'd kind of bounced forward after barely not being touched.
Yep.
I mean, so, is this the time where we're like, all right, we think we're, probably a couple players away, like, not from Super Bowl contention, but, like, we can play, right? We're not going to be the bear. We're not going to be the laughing stock of the league. Like, let's start shopping around. Jonathan Taylor was obviously talked about a few weeks ago. And
so if you revisit that Jonathan Taylor proposal, originally it was A.J. Dillon that was offered with some later round picks, I believe, for Jonathan Taylor. And the counter from the Colts was Christian Watson and a first round pick, which is ludicrous.
Yeah.
You're not going to do that. But would you give up A.J. Dillon and Christian Watson in a bundle today for Jonathan Taylor?
Christian Watson and A.J. Dillon?
Yeah.
No.
Not both.
Not both. That first trade, sure, ship Dillon. I mean, as much as I love A.J. Dillon for what this team and what he is right now, it's like,
yeah.
But I'm sure the last couple of weeks his stock's gone down a bit. So,
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, are you dealing Dillon? I know you love him. I love him. We all.
I'll be the first to say that I love A.J. Dillon. He embodies Green Bay spirit, right?
Yeah.
But if he doesn't, obviously I don't control the team, but I fear for him if he doesn't drastically change the way he's playing. I don't think he'll be a Packer next year. That's for sure.
Well, no, I think Jones is going to be
this is the last year of Dillon's contract, right?
I believe so. But even Jones, like, I think he'll probably end up.
Oh, that's right. We've talked about this.
On.
If you were going to pay one of them, who would you rather? Obviously you're going to.
Well, he restructured his deal already to stay this year.
Yeah.
Or the last, 2 years. He'll do it again. The running back market, like we've talked about over and over again, no one pays big money for running backs like that anymore.
Yeah.
And succeed, and has success. So it's like, I'd rather take Aaron Jones 2 years from now, for a fraction of the money, even if it's a little higher than someone like A.J. Dillon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know he's a couple years older than Dillon, but, like,
I agree with you.
I'd still take him, for this short term period. You'll find someone else, right?
Yeah, for sure.
But I don't know. I still think I still think that Dillon can be effective when Jones is
we've
playing.
seen it.
We've seen it.
When it's the 1-2 punch, they work well.
It's literally just been like the footing and the not going beyond that first contact if it's in the backfield.
Yeah.
It's like, that's it. You know? I don't know. What'd you think of Emmanuel Wilson coming in?
Did he really even do anything?
His first play, he got pushed out to the side, went back for 6 yards. But then he had a couple nice runs later on. He didn't look as like electric in that game versus a preseason, but obviously you're just playing lesser talent. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I'd like to see a little bit more out of him.
Yeah, for sure. I think if you could get some more playing time out of him, you might see more of what you saw in the preseason because dude tore it up in the preseason.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. And the other guy we have, Patrick Taylor, it's like, he's a little lightning bug too. Like, keep getting him the ball, you know? We have such a good offensive line. Like, we shouldn't.
Yeah, start to use it. Start
maybe
to
we don't
get those
need
guys
to,
reps.
Yeah. I don't know. This fucking offensive line. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Artificial turf. Ugh, fucking kidding me.
You're just, it's just eating you alive.
Eating me alive. All right, you want to review some picks from last week?
Yeah, sure. Let's do that. So we had some emailers, and again, we had one lone victor, none other than the Mr. Douche himself.
The douche.
The douchebag Brian played Samantha, as he said, and he beat him because Sam sucks at making picks, but I got as many right as he did, but he sucks.
So the douche went up another 10 spot.
Yeah,
so
he's plus 20.
So how many did he get right? 1 billion?
Yeah.
Way more than Sam.
I stopped counting after I realized he kicked the shit out of Sam. So
all right. So again, I led the pack in guessing correct wins. I got 8. Fucking. You ever look back and you're just like, why the fuck did I pick that team?
Yeah.
Like, why the hell did I pick them?
Yeah.
So frustrating, but such is life. I still got 8, and you guys both tied with 7. So that was fantastic. Picks or spread point wise, I had a nice little cush, but I think I had a little insider information knowing that the Jets were going to be without Rodgers for the rest of the year. I took the Cowboys over whoever the fuck they just played, and they won by 20. So I went up 16.5. My total right now is 35.5. And if you go way down here, you'll see Johnny, who is still in the positive, and he's won both weeks. He's at plus 8. And Sam is even by a more narrow margin in the positive. He's gained 2 points and 1 point in weeks 1 and 2, respectively.
How many does he have total?
So he has, 1 plus 2, John, is
equals 1 plus 2 equals.
Oh, it would have been better if it was actually added up to 2. And it was a deuce.
And it was a deuce.
A throuse.
God, that's so wet. That part is so wet.
So that recaps picks for last week.
Man, Sam sucks. And I know we didn't mention it in our opener here, but surprise everybody listening if you haven't noticed yet that Sam is not on today's episode because he's being baby daddy again.
Good for you, Sam.
Good for you, Sam. Taking care of your family, ditching the bros. It's all good. We'll see him at some point.
We're here.
We're here whenever he's ready to come riding in on his white horse.
I should still picture Justin Fields. We're here.
We're here. I picture Sam just, having the time of his life golfing with his buddies on a Monday evening, having the time of his life bowling with his buddies in his bowling league on whatever evening he did that, having the time of his life at the bar playing darts with all his friends on whatever night he did that. And now I just picture him not doing any of it. And instead, he's getting thrown up on. He's getting shit on. He's probably got a tired wife who's on his ass too.
Dude. Oh, they're the worst.
Sam's in the... No wonder that bit. He is in the fucking thick of it. Brand new babies, man.
Do you think how many? I don't even know how to ask this question. How many days do you think his shirt is running on right now?
Oh my gosh. What is it, a Monday night?
Yeah. She's only been alive for like what, 10 days?
Yeah, so
Some shit like that.
So he has to I'd say he's on day 3 of his shirt, I'd say.
Do you think he bought a Packer shirt and was just like,
Here.
Little Jay just shit all over it?
Yeah, just shit on this. Probably.
What a bitch.
Probably. That's what they do, the cloth diapers, and they're just like Packer diapers.
They're doing cloth diapers?
No.
I was going to say, what a fucking mistake that would be.
Cloth diapers. I understand that it saves the planet, but at what cost? Okay? At what cost when you're throwing turd shit into the wash?
I mean, maybe if I had like a secret garden in the back that was like immaculate and I needed like fertilizer, I'd be like, yeah,
Shit,
go
shit
shit,
into
just
my
go
hands.
shit into here and into my hands, and I will put it in the garden, in the soil,
Go shit outside, kids.
and the ground will produce food for you because of your shit.
Oh, fuck.
Do you think people plant, like, if you had a garden, would
Yeah.
you plant shitty fertilizer with your like food and like you know what I mean? Like, is that a thing?
I think it's a thing, yeah.
That's fucking gross, dude.
I'm pretty sure that's what
Can you
farmers
imagine being a
use for.
vegan?
Yeah, no kidding.
Ugh. Dude, I saw this funny TikTok the other day where this guy was on a Zoom call with his buddy
Yeah.
and he like DoorDashed him a burger and his friend was vegan. And he's like, yeah, it's a vegan burger. And the vegan guy starts eating. He's like, this is fucking amazing. He's like, this is the best. He's like, yeah, dude, I can't believe. He's like, this is vegan. He's like, this isn't real meat. And his friend's like, no, it's real meat. The cow was vegan. He's like, what the fuck, dude? That's not how that works. It's like, said the cow was grass fed. He's like, that doesn't make him vegan. Like,
It's vegan, you bitch. Nothing beats beef.
nothing. Just a big hunk of.
Just a big old cow.
I've actually cut out red meat for my diet
Really?
right now for like the last month or so.
Huh.
But dude, I was ready to give it up today. I don't know if this would even count, but it's like National Cheeseburger Day, and McDonald's was selling double cheeseburgers for 50 cents as like a promo.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Why didn't you text me?
I tweeted it. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't.
I would have went to McDonald's in a heartbeat.
So Amanda, my wife,
Yeah.
who you may have heard or probably will hear later, depending on where we put that
Depending on how we splice this episode around.
in. Just do it right now.
All right, everybody. We're going to move in. No.
And yeah, so remember when I was talking about cheeseburgers? Sorry, Amanda interrupted there. No, just kidding. Maybe that's not going to work out. No, but she went to McDonald's and they were only accepting it with a code from the app.
Oh.
Well, the app was down.
Oh,
So she said she got into
course.
it. She's like, I got into it with the, with the teller or whatever the fuck, whoever, I don't know, the order taker.
Yeah, for sure.
And she's like, I just fucking left. And I'm like, so you came home with no food, no lunch.
You decided to drive to McDonald's and fight with the people working at McDonald's and then just come home without food.
Yeah, it was bullshit. So I had to go eat fucking shitty vegetables from our yard.
Have you heard of the carnivore diet?
Yeah, where you just eat like liver, like raw
No,
liver.
No. The carnivore diet, like you say that you cut out red meat.
Yeah,
The carnivore diet is literally just meat. It's like
just meat.
it's an all. So
Do you eat it raw though?
no, you cook it.
'Cause I've seen that shit too.
I mean, you can do it however you want to. So basically, it's like on the carnivore diet. Basically, what you're doing is it's an extremely intensified keto diet. So you're cutting out all carbs. You're basically cutting fruits and vegetables out of your life, anything that has sugar in it, and all you eat is meat whatever meat it is. I mean, lean meat would work, red meat would work, right? Chicken, fish meat works. But eggs, butter, salt, and meat.
And that's it.
That's it.
So is this like, do you remember like was his name the Liver King?
Yeah, I know the Liver King.
So that guy, he'll like eat raw meat. Like,
yeah.
And then, but his thing is like, it's not just what you eat, it's like how you get it and eat it. You know, so he's like, back in the day, back in when we were cavemen, we had to like go fucking hunt our food.
Yeah.
Right. So like you had to go and work up a sweat and burn calories.
Yeah.
In order to eat or to nourish yourself. So part of his diet is like, not only do you eat meat and take liver supplements and all this shit, you have to like work out before you eat. And you have to like burn so many calories. So it's like, okay, you had me at just meat.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, you got to work out for like an hour before you eat. And it's like, yeah, fuck.
So I've seen a few people on this carnivore diet. And there was this one dude. What did he say? Over the course of, I don't know, it was less than 6 months, but he lost like 45 or 50 pounds eating nothing but meat, eggs, and butter. And he didn't work out once.
You must have like just super high like blood pressure though, right?
So and I don't know enough, right? I haven't dug into, I'm not an expert on the carnivore diet, right?
Yeah. We are doctors though.
No.
We just don't know about this.
But that's the main concern or doctor concern behind it is high blood pressure, right? We've all been told red meat's going to kill us if we eat it. But I've watched a few videos on. Do you know who Jordan Peterson is? Mm-hmm. So Jordan Peterson is on the carnivore diet. All he does is eat steak. It's literally all he eats is steak, and his daughter is on it as well. And I watched this, 40-minute long podcast episode of her talking about why she started it and like how it's going. And she's been doing it for 6 years, and she eats nothing but lamb and beef on a daily basis, and she's done it for the past 6 years. And she had a bunch of like eczema, a bunch of anxiety, a bunch of depression, all these different like certain foods she would eat would make her break out. So she tried all this different, I'll get rid of gluten, I'll get rid of carbs, I'll get rid of this, blah 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 blah. Tried the whole charade of things, and it wasn't until she got down to just meat did like everything start to get better. Everything went away, like, anxiety, depression, eczema, rashes, like everything's gone. And she's been doing it for 6 years, and it says she's like the healthiest she's ever been. And all of her doctors that she's talked to, they're like, we just don't know how you haven't died yet, but you're healthy.
Damn.
Yeah.
You'd think it'd be like lettuce. Like if you just only eat lettuce, like you're going to be super healthy.
Yep.
But like you could probably find, like if you Googled right now, you could probably be like, you could find like 10 different diets, or like if you only ate fucking, grapes.
Yeah.
And that's all you ate, you'd be the healthiest motherfucker in the world. Or like if you only ate.
Yeah, I feel like there's something out there.
Ants.
Yeah, for everything.
Yeah. Like
eat nothing but bell peppers and you'll live the happiest life ever. You know what I mean? So it's like, who do you trust?
Yeah.
What is the right? Because if you talk to any doctor in the Western world and you say, oh, I eat nothing but red meat and eggs, they'd be like, well, you're going to be dead in a year and a half. You know what I mean?
Do you smoke?
Yeah.
Because you're dead now.
Yeah. But there's a lot of people who've done this. I guess there's a huge carnivore diet community, which is just hilarious because you have vegans and vegetarians, and then people who just call themselves, oh, we're just the fucking carnivores. We just eat all meat, nothing but meat.
So if you were to line up like two teams in a game of football and it was like vegans versus carnivores, like I'm hammering whatever Vegas is giving me on the carnivores.
No
give me the over, give me the money line, give me everything. Give me the spread. Fucking vegans. Could you imagine?
Well, they couldn't play because the football's made out of pigskin, so it's not.
It's made out of cow. I think it's cowhide.
Cowhide. Still, same point. Can't do it.
At the end of the day, it's like You see like on the news all the time, they'll go interview like a 104-year-old woman in the nursing home, in Edina. It's like, what is the secret to life? And it's like, I have like
sex.
I have sex. But you hear people that are like, I have a shot of brandy every morning and a Kit Kat at 10 a.m. And like, I've done that for the last 60 years and look at me.
Yep.
It's like, just fucking do what you want to do.
Shot of brandy and a Kit Kat in the morning and a glass of scotch and a cigar in the evening. And nothing but fucking steak. It's like the classic Ron Swanson. He said, it's America. He's like, if I want to eat and blow up to 600 pounds and die, I can do that because it is my right as an American.
Give me all the bacon and eggs that you have.
Yes. Just do what makes you happy. This episode's going to get flagged now because we mentioned the carnivore diet. It's
PETA.
Yeah, they're probably going to be like, this has misinformation, and that is an extremely unhealthy thing to do.
We'd have misinformation. We would never misinform you.
That is very true.
Although we had that snafu with the dogs earlier, so.
Oh my gosh. Here you go. You're already mentioning things that at this point in the episode, people have probably not heard it yet. Because we're splicing and dicing and doing things differently. And with that, Tim and I are going to go take a quick smoke break and eat a steak. And we will be back in a minute to do Who Knows It Better.
Who knows it better?
Who Knows It Better is a part of the show where we like to play a little game. We have a host come on, or one of us boys hosts it, and host comes up with 5 questions within a topic that the contenders do not know until it is revealed. We will go through, write down our 5 answers to those 5 questions, then we will go back through and see who got the most right. And joining us this week, another guest host, everybody, country legend Reba McIntyre. How you doing?
Great.
Great.
Doesn't sound that occur at all.
Yeah. A single mom who works too hard. No, we actually have back by popular demand, Tim's wonderful wife, Amanda, because I want another W. So she offered to come host Who Knows It Better again. And she's my favorite host.
She got a talking to last week.
She got a talking
Let me tell you.
to. She's my favorite host by far. Amanda, how you doing?
Good. I'm actually going to do it right this time because I was informed that I totally screwed up last week.
Who told you that?
Correction. You were the host. Nothing can be screwed up because it's all on you. You call the shots when you are the host. Who knows it better? So I don't care what hooligan came across and said that you did it wrong, but you did it exactly the way you wanted to do it.
I think he was just bitter about losing.
I think so too.
I won't take it personal.
At least you got dinner right tonight.
Shit. That's bad. What did you guys have for dinner tonight?
She makes this homemade macaroni and cheese. It's really fucking good. That's what we had.
That does sound good.
It was delicious.
Mac and cheese is the bomb. Amanda, how many times has Tim vacuumed the house in the past 7 days?
Oh, God, too many times to count. Actually, the other day, I was almost going to send you a Snapchat of it, but I think he vacuumed like 3 times in a 5-minute span.
Oh, my
because
goodness.
he could see the kids making a mess.
That's a problem.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is.
Question number 1.
Okay, who knows it better? Amanda, go ahead, take it away as our guest host yet again.
All right, so our theme is going to be dogs. I was actually in dogs, like dog breeds, all that. So my brother actually got
okay.
DOGS.
Okay. Damn it.
Yeah.
Not DAWGS. Dogs.
It can be whatever you want it to be.
Okay. What the fuck? Okay, go ahead. Dogs.
Okay, so I was going to say I was inspired because my brother just got a brand new black lab puppy yesterday.
Nice.
8 weeks old and the cutest little thing. And now I really want another puppy, but Tim will not let me.
What a shame.
Anyways, I know.
What a shame.
Anyways, all right. Question 1. What is the most popular breed in the U.S.?
In the U.S. Okay.
In the U.S. All right. What dog does not shed like other dogs and has a name that translates to curly lap dog?
Okay.
That's a good question.
That is a good question. She's on it today.
Mhm.
You coached her well. Collusion. Collusion.
No, he doesn't know the topic. I
Okay.
came up with it
Now I
after he
fucking do.
left.
It's dogs.
What breed is the kids' TV character Bluey? It's Tim's favorite show.
Mom.
I always say it wrong on purpose, and it just pisses my daughter off.
Dude.
I love
Okay,
it.
I love that show, but the thing I hate about it is each season is like 52 episodes. And there's 3 seasons. So my daughter will be like, "Oh, I want to watch the one with
And
Budgie."
you
And I'm
just
like,
have no
"Fuck,
idea.
hey, okay, give me 10
I
minutes.
want to watch the one with Bingo.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Sounds good.
All right, sorry, babe.
Question number 4.
All right, question number 4. Which breed of dog was named after its original purpose of chasing badgers?
These are good.
These are good questions. Thought provoking.
Thought provoking. Oh, boy. Question number 5.
All right, in Monopoly, one of the game pieces is a small dog. What breed is it?
Oh, I can see it. I can see it. Fuck.
Oh, I'm locked in.
Oh, I don't know what it's
Locked
called.
in on these dogs.
All right. So question 1 was, what is the most popular breed in the U.S.? So who wants to go first?
You pick, host. Reba.
Tim, what did you pick?
Most popular in the U.S. I put Yorkie.
That's a good guess. I put Labrador.
Sounds
Johnny
right.
would be correct.
Fuck.
It's Labrador.
Hell yeah.
Amanda, did it not just recently change from Retriever to Labrador or something like that? Like there was a certain breed that was just recently dethroned as the most common.
Yeah, it was the Yorkie.
No, I thought it was the Yorkie that did the dethroning, but
If you can do some research and find the article that has that, I will give you the point. But you're going to have to do some work on that one. Because all the other sites that I looked at
That's
said
fine.
Labrador
It's
Retriever.
okay. Question number 2.
All right. All right. What dog does not shed like other dogs and has a name that translates to curly lapped dog? Johnny, what did you pick?
I put the Shih Tzu.
Oh, that's a really good guess. I put Cockapoo.
You guys are both incorrect.
Fuck,
It's
a
the
cow.
Bichon. The
Uh,
Bichon Frizz.
Sean, bitch, please. Get the fuck out of here.
it's
God damn it.
Deshaun Watson. Fuck. All right. Well, I'm not going perfect this week.
Fuck, you're 1-0 though. Right? Or I got 0. You're up
Yeah.
1-0.
All right. Go for it.
We're gonna get this one right.
All right, here we go. What breed is the kids' TV character Bluey?
I put
Tim.
Australian Shepherd.
I also put Australian Shepherd.
You guys are both correct.
Fuck
Or it's also
yeah.
known as the blue healer too. But that's the same
Yes,
thing.
that's true.
Okay, yeah.
Hence Bluey, which the dad looks like that brand of salt. You know what I'm talking about? The blue bag of salt with like the white salt things coming down.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like
That-
his beard.
That's what he
His
looks
hair,
like.
yeah.
Yep.
He's so funny.
That's true. Bluey.
All right. Give me 1 sec. I have to let our dog in. She's standing at the door and she just ran off because she wants to play.
Oh my
Awesome.
gosh.
All right.
She's such a bitch.
Anyways,
The dog's just
Yes.
running around the neighborhood.
She's so stupid.
she like comes up and is all like, "Oh, I want to come in," and then you go to let her in, and she's like, "Psych," and runs off. So,
What a bitch.
Bullshit.
anyways,
She'll be dead soon.
So,
Yeah.
so I'm still up 1-0.
2-1.
yep,
Oh yeah,
We
2
both
to
got
1.
that
That's
Come on,
right.
man.
2 to
All right.
1.
Same thing.
Take credit.
All right. Which breed of dog was named after its original purpose of chasing badgers?
I wrote down the first thing that came to my head, and I put the bloodhound.
Fuck. I put bloodhound as well.
Both incorrect. It's
Oh.
the dachshund.
The dachshund.
A wiener dog.
The name actually translates to I don't know, chasing badgers or
The
something.
dachshund fucks up badgers. Nice. Okay.
Yeah. All right, last question. In Monopoly, one of the game pieces is a small dog. What breed is it?
It's me. I
Yeah.
put the King Charles Cavalier.
That is wrong, and it is a schnauzer.
Fuck, I knew. Oh, that's what that thing's
Wait.
called.
What?
Nope. It's the Scottish Terrier.
What
A
the
Scotty.
fuck?
It looks like the dog from
They look
Lady and the
just like.
Tramp.
Yeah, it looks like a schnauzer.
Oh, shit.
No, those are bigger. They have a different build.
What the?
It's a fucking Monopoly
fuck?
piece. You can't scale it. Whatever.
Oh shit!
I don't even
You
know.
can
I'm
tell by the
arguing. I
build.
fucking lost.
No wonder she's a single mom who works too hard.
Thanks, Reba. You're fucking dogs.
You want to know what your bonus question is?
Sure.
Well, yeah. Well, I technically
All right.
won, right?
You won. You won 1-0.
did.
Oh shit!
Or
All
you
right.
won fucking 3-2 or whatever.
All right. Oh, Tim is Amanda. You should see his face right now.
I'm fucking red.
He is so mad.
This game.
I don't think he's gonna let me back on here to ask the questions.
I said it
think
last.
I'm gonna-
I said it last week, and I'll say it again. Anytime. Anytime. All right. What's the tiebreaker?
Okay, how many teeth does an adult dog have? And
Oh.
I'll take closest.
What the?
Oh,
Wow, you really coached her, because she the tiebreaker's the closest too.
I finally figured it out.
Yeah, you definitely got a talking to for sure.
I want to say.
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay.
Dude, I don't know.
I'll guess first. 24.
Okay.
What the fuck? I literally wrote 24.
Is that right?
It's 42.
Jeez.
Oh wow. Okay.
That's what I meant to write down, and I read it wrong.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh shoot. Oh shit. That's funny.
Well, shit. That was a great set of questions.
That was a solid set of questions, which honestly I think makes Tim more frustrated that I won.
I know.
Hey,
I
Amanda.
stepped up my game.
I'm gonna give you a little segue here. Let's see if you can hit this one out of the park.
Okay.
What is another name for a nice set?
Bouncing TDs.
Take it away, girl.
Your face. He's so proud.
So I told him this morning that I missed out on an opportunity last week to rub it in your face that a long time ago, probably 8
40
years ago, I beat you in fantasy football as the only girl in the league. And I think I got first or second, but I beat all of you guys. So
She
just
beat you.
throwing it out there. I beat you.
You beat
Both
me.
of you.
You beat me. When were we ever on a fantasy team together or a
don't
fantasy
remember?
league?
I think we were in college still.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Was-
It probably was 8 years ago, 9 years ago.
Was your name Bouncing TDs?
It was. How do you not remember that?
No, it's now that you're saying Bouncing TDs, I think it's coming back to me. But shit, I don't even remember that. I try to block out my losses. I move on, Amanda. I don't think about it.
Well, it was a proud moment for me beating all of you guys. I was the only girl in the league.
Typical Viking fan, always
Yeah.
living in the past. No, for real though, babe. Way to spike the football. And way
Yeah.
to pick it up. Way to pick up what I was putting down. Love that about you.
Speaking of football, Amanda, how do you feel about your club?
Not super confident.
In terms
Yeah.
of their season as a whole?
Yeah. something needs to change because it's been real rocky the last 2 games.
What's the number one thing that needs to change in your mind?
The same thing I said last week, the offensive line.
Genius.
They took a step in that direction.
They did.
They did today.
Do you know who they signed, Amanda?
I didn't read the name.
You just know who he played for?
Interesting.
I did not. I haven't really been on scrolling through the articles today, so
You've been.
I don't know.
She's
Who
been
was
putting
it?
together
I was
dog
gonna say
questions.
she's been googling dogs
Yeah, I
all
was-
day.
Researching. This took a while.
I don't understand. I want you to go look up, put a schnauzer and whatever the fuck that dog is side by side, and and turn them into a metal little piece, and I guarantee they're the same fucking thing.
No.
They look.
No, it was obvious to me. A little Scotty.
They look the same. I feel a Scotty and a schnauzer, but that is the
No,
dog.
they have like short little legs. The Scotties do. They're like short and stout. I had a Westie growing up.
A Westie.
A Westie, yeah. And they're built just like the Scotties.
But the Scotty's the dog from Lady and the Tramp, right?
No.
Oh, well,
No.
why the fuck did that get brought up then?
The Scotty's the Monopoly piece.
Oh my gosh. What a hot mess.
I know.
Tim, did you guys have any dogs growing up?
Yeah, we inherited 2 golden retrievers for a while.
Oh, wow.
That was when my sister brought them home, and
Two-
they were ours.
2 golden retrievers?
2 of them, Hercules and Ace. And then Ace went away.
Yep.
And we just said
He
Hercules.
also had cats. And he broke one of the cat's legs by throwing it down the stairs when he was little.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
A lot, but I have an update. I have since researched who the dog was that was overtaken, or who recently overtook the top spot for most common dog. And it is no longer the Labrador. It is the French Bulldog. Old data.
What
I
are
should
your
get my bonus point.
sources? Cite your sources.
The American fucking Kennel Club. I think they know what they're doing.
All right, that's fair.
Who literally... Wow.
You guys just kept on talking. I'm like, now's my chance. I
Now-
want my point.
Now is my chance.
I want my point.
Yeah, well, she is the host. Number 1. She came up with the
Well,
questions.
you didn't even pick.
Number 2.
You didn't even pick Bulldog, or whatever it was.
Yeah, you didn't.
That's not what I was told.
And
I
you-
know,
and
but you
you-
said
and
if
you-
I looked it up,
And
I
you didn't
could-
even get the bonus either.
Yeah, you didn't either.
Yeah, but
We need a new bonus.
No, fuck that shit.
What's the tiebreaker?
no.
What's the tiebreaker?
Oh, God.
Amanda, what movie is that from? What's the tiebreaker?
That's right. What?
Oh, just go with it.
Just go with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nicole
I love
Kidman.
it. Nicole Kidman.
I love that movie.
They do the grapefruit thing or whatever with their boobs and the,
Oh my gosh. Dave Matthews is a closet gay.
He invented the iPod.
That's right. Oh, that's funny.
Our kids love that movie.
Yeah, no, that's not how Who Knows It Better works.
Damn
You fucking,
Hey, I tried
you
though.
lost.
I tried.
Yeah.
Fucking wheels are spinning over here right now.
Oh my gosh, this one's in Tim's mind. This one's gonna go down in the books as an asterisk forever.
Yeah. Can we get a clip of Al Michaels saying this one's an or no, Mike Tirico? There's an asterisk on this one.
I'll just put Chris Collinsworth. Just that was a hell of a play by Mahomes there.
Here's a guy. Here's a guy.
Shit. Okay. Well, Amanda, thanks for handing me another dub.
Unintentional, but you're welcome.
No, it's okay.
Wait, so you're trying to get me to win?
No,
No. Not trying to get anyone to win.
she doesn't want you,
You
to
need to
think that there's
Pick up your
collusion.
game. Pick up your game, Tim.
Get your shit together, Carol. All right. Thanks for
Yeah.
calling, babe. It's late. Go to bed.
All right, thanks. I got to try to get this dog inside. She's laying outside playing.
All right. Have a great night, Reba. We'll talk to you later.
All right, sounds good.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Well,
Thanks, Reba.
there's Reba McEntire handed me a dub. Nancy Pelosi handed me a dub last week.
How old is Reba? What do you think? How old do you think Reba is right now? I'll look it up.
I'm gonna guess 63.
Ooh, over.
Oh,
She's
Wait, how much?
68.
I was under. You fuck.
I guess the answer is over.
Oh, the
is what
answer. Oh, okay. All right.
You guessed
I
under.
just misunderstood.
I knew
She's
what I meant to
68.
say.
Holy shit. She's almost 70. Reba.
Do you remember?
Would you?
Would I?
Yeah. Well, you know what?
Do-
You're married to a redhead.
Yeah, I mean, she's
smash.
basically my wife, minus the 90s hairdo and Botox and Southern accent
And
and all the money.
and what? 30 years? 40 years?
Yeah, damn near 40 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild, man. Do you remember the movie Little Rascals?
Absolutely.
Do you know she's in that movie? She's the racer driver at the end, AJ Ferguson.
For real?
Yeah,
That's Reba McEntire.
I'm pretty sure that's Reba McEntire. I don't know.
She's a single mom working too hard.
Is it single mom working too hard or two jobs?
I think it's a single mom.
Works two jobs.
A single mom who works too hard. I think it's that.
That sounds fucking
Who
stupid.
loves her kids and never stops. With gentle hands and the heart of a fighter. Look up the lyrics right
I'm
now.
looking it up right now.
It's
a single mom who works two jobs, who love her kids and never stops.
What the fuck? I thought it was
You
too
said that earlier,
hard.
and I'm like, that's wrong, dude.
I thought it was too hard.
I mean, it's not. It's
I
just,
thought she worked too hard.
she's got gentle hands.
Who works two jobs? What are her two jobs? What two jobs does
I
Reba?
don't know. You ever watch that show?
Of course, I've watched that show.
I never fucking watched it. I would literally never watch
Okay,
that show.
I should say I've watched. I shouldn't say of course. I've watched it in like the capacity of like my wife has watched it, so I've been in the same vicinity as the show.
In the first two seasons, she works as a secretary for her ex-husband.
That's right.
Oh, for her ex-husband's dental rival, Eugene. And then later in the series, she becomes a real estate agent.
Wow.
So there you go. Man, Google's fucking amazing. I just ripped that one off, and then how old Reba McEntire is. Like
That
like
is
that.
true.
And the lyrics.
Hey, why don't you Google how many games David Bakhtiari is going to miss this season because he's a bitch and doesn't want to play on turf?
Do you think this is going to happen where there's
segue?
There's this coup, there's this whole vendetta against the NFL right now, and it's been going on for the last couple of years, and it's in regards to the playing surfaces at NFL fields. Is it grass or is it turf? Would that be like a fun game? Like, is it grass or like looking at the two pictures? I bet you could really tell.
Yeah.
Anyways, so week one, obviously Aaron Rodgers with the biggest injury,
Of the
thus
season.
far. Nick Chubb was a big one tonight too. If you haven't seen that one, fucking look it up. It's horrendous.
Or don't look it up.
Good job ESPN for not airing that because that was brutal.
Good job, ESPN, for not airing it. However, the Bowski Bros, go look that shit up and watch it.
Yeah, it's I mean, like if you like that stuff, it's a good one.
If you like that stuff.
You know what I mean?
No, what the fuck do you mean? If you like that stuff.
It's like a car. It's like, ooh, play it again. You know what I mean?
I suppose.
I hate when guys get injured, but like, dude, there's some injuries where you're like, fuck, that looks like it hurt. I don't want to see it again.
Oh my gosh.
So 20, what is the number? I have the numbers here, Johnny. Hold on a second.
20 what? What are you talking about turf fields?
So there's 30 fields in the NFL.
In the NFL, okay.
Because two teams share a field. Chargers, and whoever the fuck they share it with.
Chargers and Rams and the Giants
The Giants and Jets. It would cost $12 million for the NFL to convert half of the stadiums that are currently turf surfaces to grass.
So it would cost them $24 million to convert all of them.
No, because half of them are grass.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Now
so
I
you
do.
have half of the stadiums that are grass and half of them that are turf.
Yes.
Is what it is. Rough. It's like maybe one or whatever it is. 17 teams play on a turf home field. There's that.
Yeah.
So it's about 50-50, 12 million per team. So they'd be like, what would that be?
A drop in the fucking bucket.
When it comes to player safety,
Yeah.
it's like you're a $1 billion a year industry. Like, fucking do it. The World Cup is coming soon, and I'm pretty sure like NFL stadiums can just fit more people than our Major League Soccer stadiums. So like, just fucking make the investment now because they're gonna play on grass.
Yep.
Like they are not playing on turf.
Yep.
That's what like FIFA is just they don't do that. So it's like just make the change.
Yeah.
Right. Like what's the number? So a study in 2022 risk of non-contact injuries is 32% higher on turf versus grass.
Boy.
On an artificial turf. And you know, we talk about David Bakhtiari quite a bit.
Yeah.
And his on again, off again status with his knee, right? He injured his knee in what, 2020?
It's been a while.
It's been a while. And he's still, you know, going through this song and dance of, you know, he doesn't practice. He doesn't do any of that shit. And then he just plays when he seemingly feels like it. Now, he plays great. Like he's a top, you know, he's like a top 10 tackle.
He's an all-pro.
He's an all-pro.
tackle.
Like there's no doubt.
Yep.
So like even if he didn't have this lingering issue, he probably wouldn't practice anyways, you know, to the extent that the other guys do. And you know, when you look ahead at the road games for the Packers.
Wait, so did he not play in Atlanta just because did he make that call or
that's where it's kind of like, you know, why didn't you play? You know, and it didn't really seem like there was a good reason from everyone. And LaFleur seemed like kind of irritated with it. When he's asked about it, he's kind of like, yeah, you know, it's just like what we're kind of going through right now. And like, you can tell he's kind of frustrated because it's like, then you got to figure something out for the other 5 games of the year that he's not going to be there. And it's like, but as a fan or like, I guess as a coach, it's like, would you rather have, you know, David Bakhtiari 70% of the time and then have someone else 30, you know, do you want him when you can get him kind of thing?
Yeah.
You know, I think that's valid, but at the same time, it's like Peter Bukowski said it perfectly this morning. He was talking about the same thing, and he goes, that's what Don Draper said to Peggy. That's what the money's for.
That's what the money's for.
It's like, we pay you. You were, you know, the second highest paid or whatever highest paid tackle in the league. Why the fuck aren't you playing?
Yeah.
And then he probably plays next week. He probably plays at home next week, right? Yeah. And the week after. It's like, dude, but like I said, if we only give him 70% of the time, I'd rather have him than whoever the alternative is. You know, Zach Thomas, great. Elgin Jenkins now is out with a knee injury for a while.
Yep.
And, you know, Rasheed Walker, okay. I mean, you can probably make it work, but like, I'd rather have Bach on the line than
for sure.
anyone else, regardless of how frequent it is.
Yep, for sure.
But I don't know, that's turf. And it's like $12 million, just make the investment. You know, that's kind of where I net out. It's like, why wouldn't you? You know?
That's nothing. That's nothing. That's literally nothing. And it probably wouldn't take long to do either.
They could probably have it. I don't know what the structure of it would be. You know, you might have to be a little creative with it, but I don't know. But then you look at like Minnesota, you know, can you grow grass inside? Maybe at a place like that, but like,
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe that's really stupid. Maybe they can bring lights and shit out and make it work. But like,
well, what about Green Bay?
Yeah, but they just let the shit freeze. And they do cover it, I guess.
Yeah, true.
Like I'm talking for indoor teams. Like if you're an indoor and like hard indoor, like you don't have a retractable roof. And I don't know if there's many of those teams out there, but I don't know. I mean, $12 million is like the installation fee. I wonder if there's more like, you know, what's maintenance? It's got to be significantly more with grass, right? I mean, turf, you can kind of just let it go, ground it up a little bit.
So is the New York Jets organization going to lose more money in total this season from fan revenue than it would have cost to just have a grass field. Right?
And
That's the shit you have to start to
basically
lay
get
out.
to split the cost with the Giants.
Yeah.
So it's like,
So when you think about it, it seems like a no-brainer. You just swap them out. Start playing on grass.
yeah.
That seems like a no-brainer. $12 million? What the fuck?
Right. For
That's
player safety.
nothing.
And like, think about, treatment and like those kind of costs. That's like, it costs money to treat an ACL tear.
Yeah.
Well, if you can reduce by 30%, I don't know how quickly that would tally up to 12 million, but it's like, why wouldn't
as a
you?
business, that seems ludicrous. Business is ROI, right? What's your return on investment?
Yep.
So if you're investing in a turf, what is your return when Aaron Rodgers tears his Achilles? Not
Right.
great.
Yeah. You don't see that for a while, that break even.
Yeah.
Trivia question. Do you know of the teams that do have grass, what the most common grass type is?
With the most common,
Like like the type of grass?
Kentucky.
It is Kentucky bluegrass.
Yeah.
So there's
Got
that.
it. I'm just a genius.
You got it. Now,
As you all heard me when I won Who Knows It Better with Reba McIntyre,
all right, let's get back to turf.
who
here.
works
Let's get
two
back to turf.
jobs.
Let's get back to turf here.
Okay. Shit.
I don't even know what I was going to tell you because you fucking
No, it was
sidetracked me
Kentucky
there.
bluegrass.
Kentucky bluegrass. So, okay, now I know. So you asked me, you're like, well, you played football, so like you're gonna have some insight.
Yeah, you
which
got tons of insight.
real fucking fresh. Yeah, I played on like 4 turf fields in my entire football career.
Tim's a turf connoisseur.
Turf god.
Turf god. Tim the turf
But like
god.
the argument against it is you're faster on turf.
Yeah.
Like you literally are like faster on turf. And like I don't know what the numbers are, but
So
like
you got to cut.
right. But like I'm sure there's some players who don't want to change, and it's like I just don't know that like you're faster when you play on turf is like a legitimate argument over 33% more non-contact, lower extremity injury. It doesn't make sense.
It's not, because isn't turf all about, it's about like weight distribution, right? Because in grass, if you look at, what did I text you yesterday about John Robinson playing the Packers? I said, I wouldn't be surprised if that dude ends up with an injury with how hard he cuts
yeah.
playing on a home turf field. Because if you look at the distribution of the power in your run or whatever you're doing, okay, whether you're blocking, planting a foot, grass absorbs a lot of that blow, where turf pushes it right back into your body, right?
Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah.
So,
And the way I think of it too is like turf is essentially like just a layer on top of a layer of something, right? And like I don't know what the actual makeup of it is, but like if you just think about like the physics of like carpet, right?
yeah,
Like it's on, wooden floor or whatever. Like there's a detachment, and like if you step into it hard enough, you can like rotate it, and they become, they're separate from each other.
yeah, yep.
So there's like a rotation. It's like in grass, you don't really have that unless you like tear the roots of the grass, right? Do you know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
like just structurally, I don't know why turf would ever make sense. You know what I mean? Other than maintenance, but fuck, dude, I don't know. I hope
it's
they
a
make
no-brainer.
change.
It's a
Just
no-brainer.
make change.
And David B is obviously, ever since his buddy A-Rod went down, is sticking a big old middle finger to the NFL.
Yeah, so he would play the next 3 road games if this theory is correct.
The theory that he's going to sit if it's a turf field.
Right. So he'll play against Vegas, he'll play against Denver, and he'll play against Pittsburgh. All grass fields. Lambeau Field is it's like a hybrid, but it's mostly grass. So they don't fall under that turf category, and he'll play at home. But then our last 4 road games, Detroit, New York, Carolina, and Minnesota, all turf. So it's like late in the year when we probably need him more than anything, he might not be there.
Do you disagree with him, though? It always takes one person.
I mean, it takes
stand,
one.
right?
Yeah, it's like if this is what it's going to take, then sure. If this is like the all the different quarterback rules that have come from whether it's Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady or whoever, it's like if this is one, then yeah, like just do it. And 10 years from now, if you saved, I don't know, 1,000 knees or however many, 1,000 is probably too many, but like
You have David Bakhtiari to thank.
you have David Bakhtiari to thank.
A man of the people.
What a renaissance man. Would you?
David?
Yeah.
I mean, sure. Why not?
I'd have a fun night.
We could 69 all night.
Good.
Wonderful.
David Bakhtiari. I
You
don't
wanna-
even know where to go from here.
You want to deep dick some David Bakhtiari? Shit. Okay. No. All right. All right.
Jesus Christ.
Oh shit. Sounds good. No. Let's. I don't know. I don't know.
Deep dig David Bakhtiari. God.
What the fuck?
Hey, if he saves some ACL injuries, then
No, I think we'll get into
would.
some upcoming picks here in a second, but just kind of breaking down the whole NFC North as a whole before we move on to week 3.
sure.
How do you feel?
I feel good.
Yeah.
I mean, helps that
I think it's safe to say the Bears are they're out of the conversation. I don't think either you or myself think they're going to do anything, but the other 3 teams, I don't think the Vikings are out.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're a fan of one of those, like any of those teams, you should feel fine, right? I mean, it's only week 2.
Yeah.
So, like, a lot can change in a couple weeks.
Don't
but
overreact. Yep.
Don't overreact. It's like, did the Packers, did they just play a bad Bears team? And, their true colors kind of came through against Atlanta? Maybe. But I also think that, like, they put together 3 really good quarters. So they're fine, right? It's like we always talked about this with Jordan Love at the beginning, the beginning of the year. It's like there's going to be some high highs, but there's going to be some low lows, right? And like, not that it's a Jordan Love low, but it's a low nonetheless. Like that game sucked to lose,
Yeah.
right? Like it doesn't get any worse than that. So, but I still feel confident going forward.
So do I. And I think it's also the Packers losing that game can be beneficial, which we've talked about mentally for the players,
Okay.
for if you have the young guys on the Packers, right? Like, what did we see Jordan Love do after, they knew they were going to lose? He's chatting with Matt LaFleur on the sideline. You saw that exchange with them, but he got a taste of what are you going to do when you're down by, a point with a minute left in a game on the road. And I think there's just these situational things where maybe it was good for those players to be thrown into a situation such as that. You don't want to lose a game, right?
Right. And, it's funny. I'm just trying to pull up a tweet here, but, statistically, Love is looking great. Right?
Yeah.
He's like the 2nd rated quarterback in the league right now behind Tua in terms of like EPA or some shit like that. But
And he protects the ball.
Which is great. But this tweet was a picture of the rankings of the quarterback, and that was, are the Packers wasting Jordan Love's prime?
What?
This is obviously a joke, but with the defense and
Yeah,
it's like
yeah,
same
yeah,
song
yeah.
and dance with Green Bay or with Aaron Rodgers. I just
Oh
thought that
my
was good.
gosh.
What do you think of Jaden Reed?
Great.
Do you think he is what we wanted Amari Rodgers to be?
Yes.
Like, I think that's
Absolutely.
such a good, like,
Yep.
if Amari Rodgers works out, like Jaden Reed's not on our team right now.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know any other way around that. I think he 2nd round pick. Right. And if you look at the Packers history of 2nd round wide receivers, what do we got? Jordy,
Tay.
There's
There's a whole list.
a
but
whole
it's like, I
fucking
can't
list
even
of
think
them.
of
And
them.
it's like, God damn, like another guy. Like this is just great. I'm just going through my tweets right now. What did you think of the botched? I don't even want to call it botched, but the quarterback
trying
sneak.
to sneak it.
This one says that one extra tequila shot at bar close.
Yeah, he
and
did.
It just
Had that little
forward.
stumble going on.
He must have wanted that ball.
Yeah.
Like bad, because it looked like he was like, why else would you fucking do that?
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? I don't know if he would have got it, but like that, the play before that was the one where didn't Dylan trip up and fall short on that
Possibly.
third? It's like that fourth down. It's like, fucking go for it. Like,
Yep.
why are we, you know, it was like that call, that one right there. There were a couple things that really bothered me about this game. That call, not going for it, or just like not committing, you know, to whatever. And the field goal, we had a 51-yard field goal lined up. We take a delay of game, move it to 56, and we punt it. And it's like, at the end of the game, LaFleur's like, yeah, it was going from 51 to 56 was too long. It's like he hit a 57-yarder in preseason, and then he hit a 52. You said
52 in week 1. That was a fucking boot.
and like that might have had some wind behind it, but it's like you're fucking inside. There's no wind. Like 56 should be easy.
Yeah.
Like just fucking go for it. And it's like field position. Okay, if you're trying to worry about field position. Your punter kicked it into the end zone anyway. So, like, you only really gained, 25 yards or whatever it was. It's like, it's just that kind of shit. And, like, I think, you look at how many 13-win seasons Mike McCarthy had with Aaron Rodgers. I think it was like 1 or 2.
Yeah.
And then you look at how many 13-win seasons LaFleur had with Rodgers, and it was 4.
Yeah.
So, it's like, or was it 3 or 4? Whatever
3,
it was.
I think it was 3.
So, it's like, LaFleur's a good coach. Like, I think he needs to get a little bit more respect. And I think those kinds of things are going to turn around. Like, those mental mistakes, those, like, stupid things that Love is doing, bad mismanagement. He's almost, like, babysitting everyone right now.
Yeah.
And, like, not able to focus on, like, the big picture of shit, right? Youngest team in the league.
Yep.
If you don't remember.
Yeah.
So it's like
Daddy Matt
is trying to, herd the cats. And, like, maybe some of those things slip by. But, like, fucking A, dude. Like, I'm just... kicked field goal.
Once he can let go a little bit, give Jordan Love a little more control, open it up a little bit. I'm excited to see where they go, because you can't play conservative when you shouldn't play conservative, right?
No.
Have a little bit of faith, boy.
Still love what I'm seeing from Love, though.
So do I. You can't be disappointed in Jordan Love.
Yeah.
You just can't.
Yeah, and the players just we talk about that all the time. The players love him. Luke Musgrave had awesome things to say about him.
Ask the Bears who they'd rather have for a quarterback right now. Honestly,
They're gonna say Patrick Mahomes. They're gonna say, "Yeah, we dropped the ball."
yeah. Oh, exactly. Yeah. I suppose I would too. That'd haunt me forever as a Bears fan. But for real,
man.
right? Who'd you rather have? Ask the Jets who they'd rather have right now.
Yeah, no kidding.
For real. I'm not saying Jordan Love is the man, but I feel pretty confident with him as our quarterback.
Yeah,
At least what I've seen from him right now.
yeah,
And even if it ends up being a dud of a season, like his growth from this season, I feel will be super beneficial.
yeah. The kids are fine in Green Bay.
Yep. The kiddies.
The kids are fine. Yeah, the Kitties. They dropped one. I didn't watch a fucking snap of that game. I know
did.
they went into overtime, and that was all I knew. And then they lost.
Neither did I. I just watched them. I didn't watch them at all. I just watched play-by-play as they lost in overtime. As time was expiring for the Packers, and just said, thank God.
But they still won. Or they still lost. And I was going to say, they lost to a good team.
Yeah.
I think Seattle's, borderline decent, right? They're not a bad squad. They lost at home, though, which is, as a
sucks.
Lions fan, you're probably like coming off that Chiefs win, right? You're like, fuck yeah.
Coming off that Chiefs when you got your fresh season tickets that you bought for the first year.
Dude, they were selling out their preseason games.
I know.
Like, to the rafters.
People are hyped on the Lions.
I wonder what prices were like for that game. Probably not a lot because people in Detroit are
I'm going to
fucking
tell you
poor.
right now. I would take being a Packer underdog all day over being a hyped line right now. I would not. It's fun being the underdog. Everybody counting you out. 12% chance to win the division. Keep the hate coming.
Bring it on. So there's the Lions. I don't know.
Lions lost. Vikings lost.
Do you think, though, with Detroit, do you think Detroit's going to Detroit eventually?
No.
Are we still on that?
Yes. I think at some point they'll probably Detroit. However, I did pick them to squeak into the playoffs as a wild card, right? I'm still holding on to that. Vikings win the division.
You did pick everyone to make the playoffs, so.
Not the Bears.
Except the Bears.
Not the Bears.
Not the Bears. Not the fucking Bears.
After week 2, do you still stand strong with your divisional pick?
Yeah, I don't think I've
Green Bay
have a reason to jump ship or anything. You know, if we were 0-2, then I'd be like, maybe. But I don't know. Fucking let's get some legit, division games under our belt. I can't wait for this Detroit game.
I know.
Like, it's going to be so different. I mean, they fucking kicked us out of the playoffs last year.
They ended Aaron Rodgers' career in Green Bay.
Right. And
with an interception.
Like, I don't hate Detroit as much as I hate the Bears or the Vikings. Like, there's no doubt about that at all.
We could get there.
We could totally get there.
Yeah.
Fucking.
That rivalry could build this year.
Like, what's your, I don't know. Like, do you have any, like, fuck you, Detroit kind of memories? Because I sure as hell don't. I mean, maybe last year is probably like the one that springs to mind just because of recency bias. But like,
yeah, that's the only one because
aren't we like 80% win percentage against them?
Since I've been of an age to comprehend football, the Lions have been a non-factor in the NFC North.
So if it comes down to the end of the season and it's like, Packers are in the playoffs. And there's like, just hypothetically, Packers got the division, and there's a battle between the Vikings and the Lions. Like, who would you rather have in the playoffs?
Who would I rather play?
Who would you rather just have in the playoffs and knowing that they're there?
The Lions.
Just because, like, you don't like if they bounced us in the playoffs, Monday morning after that loss is a lot easier than a Vikings loss.
100%.
You know what I mean? Like
100%. We're pretty far from Detroit.
Yeah.
You and I.
Yeah.
We're pretty fucking close to Minneapolis.
Right.
So,
but I don't even think that, like, geographically, sure, but like Detroit's just never been a threat. And it's kind of like, yeah, like, just go have fun.
I could see myself, if the Packers got bounced, cheering for a Detroit team to succeed.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, if Detroit's left over in the playoffs and they're going into divisional round to play the 49ers, who are you going to cheer for in that game?
Yeah.
Not
the fucking Niners.
Not the Niners.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say, I mean, obviously don't want them to win anything this year. Like, I still don't want them to do well.
For sure.
But they are a team where, like, if they made it in and we were not there, it's like, okay. Yeah. Sure. Go Lions and whatever. But not until then.
Not
until we are mathematically out or just completely eliminated, which also brings up another statistic. Did you know that Tom Brady never took a snap under center in a regular season game while he's mathematically eliminated from the playoffs?
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
That is wild.
That's nuts. Dude, I had a whole bunch of fucking stats that I saw today.
That's a crazy stat.
Another one for you. Steelers, who won tonight in Monday Night Football, have now won 21 straight home Monday night games.
That's even crazier.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
They were down at the end of this game too, and they won. Like they're down by 3.
Because that's not necessarily 21 straight
Monday night games or just home games. It's Monday night home games. So it probably dates back to like fucking 1972 or something. But
yeah, that's wild.
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
There's some weird stats out there, dude.
You should make that a segment.
Just weird stats of the day.
Crazy ass stats.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
I could do that.
You're just chomping.
Just chomping at the bit.
Just have Amanda call back in again. Do some crazy ass stats.
Dude, Amanda hate whenever I'm watching a game and I'm like, oh, this guy hasn't, missed a field goal.
She's
since.
like, Tim, shut the
will you
fuck
shut up? Like, you dumb. Like, she just hates that. It's like, oh, here's another random statistic from Tim. It's like, what else are we going to fucking talk about? You're 0-2 Vikings? You squib?
She's like,
I don't even
Tim,
know what squib is.
she's like, Tim, go fucking vacuum the living room, okay? Leave me alone.
Oh, God, get on that shit again.
All right. Well, let's rip into some housekeeping here, okay? If you don't,
Vacuuming?
no,
No.
no. If you don't have any more,
Good segue, though.
yeah. If
Housekeeping.
you don't have any more pressing matters about the NFC North, we're still waiting on Sam to come back and talk about his Vikings. The only thing I have to say for the Viking fans that do listen to this show, you're gonna be fine. Just stop turning the ball over, okay? Protect your quarterback and stop fucking fumbling the ball. That's really all you need. Then you turn it around, okay? Weekly picks. You can participate in. Just email bowskybros@gmail.com with your weekly winners before kickoff, excluding Monday night, and pick the guy here on the pod, Tim, Johnny, or Sam, that you would like to face. If you get more wins than the guy you've selected, we'll send you a gift card or a gift. Figure it out. Just make sure to send them before the kickoff times. I will check, and I will disqualify you if it's after kickoff. And don't send us Monday night. I may have already said that. Anyway, Tim has mine, himself, and Sam's picks. Again, to expedite for your listening pleasure. Let it rip.
Week 3 picks here, brought to you by Tim.
Hell yeah.
This is a paid advertisement, or
Side effects may include.
side effects may include nausea, heartburn, indigestion, and erectile dysfunction.
Genius.
Week 3, we got Giants at Niners, and Johnny and Sam are taking the Giants. Just kidding. They're both taking the Niners, and so am I. The Giants fucking suck. The Giants were outscored 60-0 in the first 6 quarters of their season.
Jesus Christ.
That sucks. That's bad. But they turned it around
They
and won
still
last
won.
week. Next, we got Titans at Browns. We're all picking the Browns. Falcons at Lions. Lions is who we're all going with. Next, we got Saints at Packers. First home game for the Packers this year. Sam is going with the Saints. And Johnny and I are both going with the Packers. Surprise, surprise. Go, Pack, go. Next, we have Broncos at Dolphins. All of us are picking the Dolphins. We are all also taking the Queens over the Chargers.
Oh, wait. I got to do it for Sam.
Do the fart one now.
So fucking wet.
The Vikings. All right. This is where I'm starting to get a little loosey-goosey here.
Oh, boy. Tim's
I'm
getting loose.
feeling it. All right. Patriots at Jets. Sam, Patriots. Johnny, Patriots. Tim, Jets, Jets. Zach Wilson.
gosh.
This is the game he turns it around.
Tim's trying to pull away.
I really think this is the game he turns it around.
There's other
You
games
watch
to
out.
pull away with, Tim, okay?
They're at home.
That way.
They're at home. They're on the turf. Mac Jones is in a tears ACL.
Aaron Rodgers' graveyard.
How fucking funny would that be? Not funny, but like imagine if there were like 20 torn ACLs this weekend. And they were finally like, see? We fucking told you. This is when they're going to do it. All right. Who did we just do? Jets? Yeah. I'm taking the Jets. You guys are going Patriots. Next game is the Bills at the Red Hogs, or the Commanders. Johnny, Patriots. Or Johnny, Bills. Sam, Bills. Tim, Hogs.
Oh, shit.
They look fun. They look fun.
They do.
Are they undefeated?
Sam Howell knows how to play ball.
They're fucking 2-0, right?
2-0.
2-0. All right, next we got Texans at Jags. We're all going Jags. Colts at Ravens. We're all going Ravens. Panthers at Seahawks. We're all going Seahawks. Bears at Chiefs. We're all going Chiefs. Cowboys at Cardinals. We're all going Cardinals.
Okay, hold on. What do you think that points, the points are going to be in that Chiefs-Bears game.
Chiefs-Bears. So Kansas City's a 13.5-point favorite. Last time I looked.
I feel like it's going to surpass that.
I'd take them at Kansas City. They're back. They seem like they're back to full strength.
Yeah.
They're, God, the Bears fucking
The Bears
suck.
are bad.
Dude, imagine if the Bears won this game, though. Just imagine.
Yeah.
Would it be then panic time in Kansas City? This extension that they just made.
Absolutely. If you lose to this 0-2 Chicago Bears team, yeah.
I think if you're the Chiefs and you lose at home against the Bears, you need to tank for Caleb Williams.
You need to just send Patrick Mahomes back to Chicago with the Bears.
I'm here.
Oh, shit.
Dude, then they could do it. They could be like a ventriloquist. Then Mahomes could, like with Mahomes in Fields.
Yeah.
With the Kermit voice.
He could just shove his whole arm up Fields' ass. I'm here. Yeah.
No, Justin Fields would be like, is it in yet?
Is it in yet? I have a gaping butt full hole from how much Aaron Rodgers has fucked me. So, oh boy. Okay. Deep dick and Bakhtiari.
Oh, gross.
Oh, it's getting late. You can tell here on the pod.
We got 2 more games here. Cowboys at Cardinals. Sam is going with the Cardinals.
What
no,
an
I was just kidding.
idiot.
We're all going Cowboys. Steelers at Raiders. This is the last selected game of the night. Johnny's the only one going Steelers. Sam and I are both taking the Raiders there.
Yeah.
And then there's 2 Monday night games again next week, which is weird. Do they always?
No,
I know the first week they always do too. The first week they do.
Yeah, but they didn't do that last week. They only had one.
I think there were 2. No, I thought there were 2.
They only had one last week. It was the Bills and Jets. They only had one.
Oh, that's right.
And then they had 2 in week 2 and 2 in week 3.
But nonetheless, there's still multiple games in the beginning of the season that have, which is just weird. I wonder if they do that to like have less people playing Monday night games towards the end of the season. Like, you know how the last Sunday is always like only noon and 3 o'clock games?
Maybe.
I wonder if that has anything to do with it.
Picks don't matter for Monday night, by the way, but you can still read them off.
Yeah, we got Saints at Panthers. No, we don't. They play tonight. We have Eagles at Bucks and Rams at Bengals. Those are the Monday night games. Do not, I repeat, do not send in your Monday night game.
What happens if Baker Mayfield goes 3-0 against the Eagles?
Baker's the real deal, man. No, I'm just kidding. Baker's decent. He stole the Vikings play calls.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
He did.
It's like, you know what? If you're Minnesota, maybe use some different fucking signals. I don't know.
That's true.
What other games do we play around here, Johnny? Oh, let's do spread picks.
Let's do some bro versus the spread.
So bro versus the spread. This is a game where we all pick a game and a spread in a game, and we gain or lose points based on where that game result ends compared to the spread.
Welcome back to Bro versus the Spread, the most electric segment on the podcast.
Yeah. Is it your favorite segment?
Absolutely. That's why we save it till the end. Best for last, baby.
Only the hashtag.
I increasingly
Patreon.
get more hard as the episode goes on because I know Bro versus the Spread is right around the corner.
See, that's the difference between me and you, John. You get increasingly more hard. I walk in the parking lot.
you pull in fucking bricked. Yeah. You're like, I'm like 10 minutes out. I can feel it. Shit's kicking in.
You ever been inside a church and had a boner?
Every day.
Every day. Okay. What the fuck are we doing?
I don't know.
Cut that last part out.
It's getting late.
If my mom heard me say that, she'd be like,
she'd be like, you need to go to confession, Tim.
You need Jesus. Okay. So Sam, the way that we do this when we pick is whoever is in last place based on the last week will pick first. So that leaves Sam bottom of the barrel again. And he is taking the Vikings at +1 against whoever the fuck they're playing. Chargers. So that's his pick.
Couple 0-2 teams battling it out.
Yeah. that I don't like when I think of the Chargers, I don't think of them as an 0-2 team.
Neither, when I think of the Vikings, I don't think of them as an 0-2 team, but I hear what you're saying.
You know what I mean? It's like,
it's odd.
it's so weird that one of these teams, more likely than not, is going to be 0-3. And I didn't say that for either of them.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild, man. That's wild. Okay, Johnny, you are going with the Broncos at +6.5. Who are they playing again? They are playing the Dolphins.
That's right.
You're taking that one. That's a good pick. That's okay.
I'll take it.
And I have the last pick, and I am going to take Devontae Adams out of a huge game.
Wow.
Huge game against Pittsburgh. I'm taking
Wow.
Vegas +1 over Pittsburgh. I love those.
Ballsy
I
pick.
love those. You like those wide spreads, right?
I certainly do.
And I don't know why, because if I see a short spread like that, like a small number, it's like, who's gonna win? And whoever I think is to win is like, that's just who I pick. Like, and I'm not thinking of like the mathematical side of it, like with how many points you're gonna gain or lose. I'm just thinking like, do I win this bet? Yes or no?
Yeah, I definitely think I like those wide spreads, and I like picking the underdog because if they squeak out with a win,
Then you get big
I
cash
just
money.
get Buco points. Yeah,
Bugo points. That's not bad.
So
That's
yeah,
like,
that's the way I do it.
I love in college football games, they have some spreads that are like 39.5 points. Like when Alabama plays like
Yeah,
Southeastern Alabama County, you know, it's like, yeah, they're going to kick the doors off these guys.
talking to some members of Allah. You've seen that video, right?
Oh, with
Pat McAfee.
Pat McAfee. Yeah. He's a legend.
Yeah, no kidding. He's great.
All right. Do we have any other things that we can talk about? One other tidbit. If you're a diehard Packer fan like Johnny and I are, you more likely than not are on some sort of list
Oh yeah, baby.
to become a season ticket holder. And I had the luxury of having parents who gave a shit about me when I was a kid. So they put me on the list quite early compared to Johnny over here. So Johnny, what's your number right now?
That's what I'm looking at right now.
So we were comparing numbers on the waiting list because we both just got our annual letters that tell us where we stand.
Yep.
So Johnny, you are at...
I am at 146,509.
And how long have you been on it?
I granted my parents never put me on it. I put myself on it.
That's what I was saying earlier is your parents never loved you. So
Yeah,
you're
so
late.
so I have only been on it for like a year, maybe.
So that's like back of the line.
Oh, I'm
140.
yeah, I'm at the way back of the line.
So I am at about 61,500. And I was just curious where my mom was at because she's also on the list.
Yeah,
She's at 33,700. So she's about 30,000 spots ahead of
getting
me.
closer.
And I said, how long have you been on the list? And she said about 35 years. So when she started, she was at about 85,000 is what she told me. So that's like 1,400 spots a year, like on average is what she's been going up. Obviously, it probably goes up more in some years and, whatever.
Yeah.
But I said at that rate, you'll have them in 24 years. And
How old will she be in 24
she'll
years?
be, oh God, I could get in trouble here.
Just ballpark it.
Her birthday, actually, you know what? Her birthday is today.
What?
It's like after midnight now, so technically it's
Holy
today.
shit, it is after. It's like 12:20 in the morning.
So happy birthday, Mom.
Happy birthday, Mama.
24 more
Mama
years, you're going to
Keka.
be like 110. No, she's not. I don't know. I'm not going to say how old my mom is.
Doesn't matter.
She'll be like 80-ish.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a long fucking time. So I'm like 63,000.
Yeah.
So that begs the question. It's like, how are we going to get there?
My
Like-
kids.
I know, but what, how much bigger can they make the stadium and how quickly are people dying off? Because I don't know the,
Fuck.
you know what I mean? Like,
It's just wild.
we need people to die.
Oh my gosh, that is so fucked. It's so crazy.
You know what I mean?
But
though?
true.
Like, but I don't even know. Cause like if you have tickets and like if you're a season ticket holder, cause a lot of people that have them now are like, yeah, my grandmother had them from like 1969.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, his grandma's still alive. And it's mostly like, well, yeah, she's from Wisconsin. She drinks a shot of brandy and a Kit Kat at 10 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So she's 110. But like if you die, do you get, like, do your kids get those tickets or can they? Or like, is it like, sorry, like back to Green Bay they go and next guy on the list gets these tickets.
So what I think is funny is my kids are actually ahead of me on the list. Like for real.
That's so stupid.
Yeah, they are ahead of me by like, what am I at? 146,000.
Oh,
They're at like 100 and what is it? No, they're ahead of me by like 400 spots.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
But you must have sent them in really close together.
Yeah.
And they just happened to be.
Yep. So lucky them.
Alphabetical order,
My
that's
kids
probably
will,
how they
my
got it.
kids will. Yeah, my kids will get the call before me, which is fine because I have a 1-year-old who I put him on it when he was born.
Did you, when you did it, so you named him after Vince Lombardi, did you put like Vince in the, like in quotations
Yeah,
as like a, hey, like,
the chosen child.
yeah, like this, you can bump us up a few
You
spots.
you
right?
can bump us up for this one. All right. Yeah.
Or if you just tweeted like at Mark Murphy enough, like, you know, you see those accounts like
Just
day
blow
one
'em up.
tweeting until I
Yeah,
get, you
for
know, whatever.
sure.
Just do that and be like day 10,406 until, you know, that I've asked Mark Murphy for season tickets
Yeah.
and haven't gotten it. And
There
then
you
do the
go.
next day. Let's do it.
We should.
Do you think, how many games, like we live in like eastern Minnesota, like east central Minnesota. So it's like a 4-hour drive to Green Bay. If
Yeah.
you had season tickets and there were 8 home games,
Every
single one,
one of them.
every single one,
Yeah.
you would try to sell any of them.
Okay. Yeah, I might do that.
Dude, it's fucking expensive to go over there. Like, it's
is
not cheap.
expensive. Yeah. Well, I don't know if like maybe you wouldn't stay at everyone, you know?
Not going to go to Lambeau and not get trashed. No, I'm just
Okay.
kidding. That's not true.
I understand that. You know what I mean? But if I got 4 season tickets and I'm taking a couple of my kids and I don't know, I will never be a season ticket holder while my children are young. Okay, that's just not going to happen.
Yeah, we're going to be really old when we get there.
My youngest child will factually, be called up for season tickets before I will. And he'll probably accidentally pass on them and be like, "Oh, Dad, I got a call from the Packers or something. I don't know what the fuck that was all about."
They were asking about your like
Season tickets or some shit. I told them they must have the wrong number. And then I'll just go jump off a bridge.
dude, that would be a horrible movie.
that'd be terrible.
We'll get there someday.
We will get there someday. There is week 2 recap of the NFL season. I came in real hot. I was just like, all right, we're done, baby. Let's go.
It's late.
It is really late, and Tim and I are getting tired, so
I'm fine.
we're going to dip out, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Go Pack, go.
Go Pack, go.